Hello friends. Well, my name is Sunil Ranjan and I am an English teacher. Now in this session I have come up with a video of Songs of Radha, and yes, I'll get along with the poem and its explanation. So I'll read out the poem and then I'll offer the explanation of the text. First, I'm going to tell you about Sarojini Naidu, who is the poet of this poem, Songs of Radha. Well, Sarojini Naidu was a famous Indian poet and a major freedom fighter. She was born on February 13, 1879 in Hyderabad. She was affectionately called Bharat Kokila, or the Nightingale of India, by Mahatma Gandhi on account of her beautiful poems and songs. Some of her best books are The Golden Threshold, The Gift of India, and The Broken Wing. Now, the poem Songs of Radha, written by Sarojini Naidu, is about the deep love of Radha for her beloved Lord Krishna. In the poem, Radha is a milkmaid who is taking curd to Mathura fair. While sitting in a boat on the smoothly flowing river, she keeps thinking about Krishna and cries his name again and again, which makes others laugh at her. She reaches Mathura and offers it to the shrine of Lord Krishna. Now, coming to the poem, the text. So first I'll read out stanza 1 and then I'll give the explanation. So here it begins. I carried my curds to the Mathura fair. How softly the heifers were lowing. I wanted to cry, who will buy the curds that is white as the clouds in the sky, when the breezes of Shravan are blowing? But my heart was so full of your beauty, beloved. They laughed as I cried without knowing. Govinda, 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 how softly the river was flowing. Now, the explanation. As the poem begins, Radha is shown carrying her curds to sell them in Mathura fair. The young of the cows were lowing softly as she was moving. She wanted to cry as to who was going to buy her curds, which was as white as the clouds in the sky during monsoon. But her heart was so filled with the thoughts of Krishna that while moving and trying to sell, without knowing, she cried out Krishna's another name, Govinda, again and again. She says she was moving in a boat on a river which was flowing very softly. Radha says so because her love of Krishna makes everything around her look beautiful. Now stanza 2. I carried the pots to the Mathura tide. How gaily the rowers were rowing. My comrades called, oh, let us dance, let us sing, and wear saffron garments to welcome the spring, and pluck the new birds that are blowing. But my heart was so full of your music, beloved. They mocked when I cried without knowing. Govinda, 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 how gaily the river was flowing. Now the explanation. In this stanza, Radha again says that she was on a boat with pots full of curd. She feels very excited when she sees the rowers rowing the boat very happily. So here rowers means the sailors. Feeling highly elated out of sheer happiness, all who were going with her gave a call to dance, sing, and wear the saffron clothes to welcome the spring season and pluck the fresh flowers that were blossoming. But Radha's heart was so set on Krishna's music that all laughed when unknowingly she kept saying Govinda again and again. She was highly excited to see the river flowing so smoothly and cheerfully. Now coming to the third stanza. I carried my gifts to the Mathura shrine. How brightly the torches were glowing. I folded my hands at the altars to pray. O shining ones, guard us by night and by day. And loudly the conch shells were blowing. But my heart was so lost in your worship, beloved. They were wroth when I cried without knowing. Govinda, 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 how bright the river was flowing. So now here the explanation of the last stanza. So in this stanza Radha says that she carried her gifts, the pots filled with curd, to the shrine of Lord Krishna in Mathura. The candles were glowing brightly there. She then folded her hands in the temple to pray to God to protect her. While she was praying, the conch shells were blowing loudly outside. Her heart was so lost in Krishna that she kept crying Govinda again and again, not caring for the annoyance of the priests there. She was overjoyed with excitement and exclaimed that the river was shining while flowing. So here I come to the end of the text and the explanation. And fine friends, if you have subscribed to my channel, well, so nice of you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and if you choose to subscribe, I promise that in the time to come, I'll be coming up with fine videos for you. And yes, this is my promise and I stick to what I say. Thank you.